Cue the Led Zeppelin. We're talking about Kashmir.
Guys, we're MrMaple.com. We're a family mail order business. We ship directly to your door. We do over 1,000 varieties of Japanese maples. So check us out on MrMaple.com. And if you like this type of gardening content, check us out on YouTube, The Mr. Maple Show. Make sure you're subscribed.
So guys, Kashmir is an Area 51 introduction. That means it's from MrMaple.com. We named it here at our farm. This is a fun selection, guys. We're obviously fans of some classic rock. Classic rock tends to show up a little bit in some of our naming. Kashmir, just got those Kashmir vibes going on with this one. This one has some similarities to fairy hair, gets a little bit more twisting to it, been very durable for us in some of those, colder zones that fairy hair might not work as great in. This one has been very durable down to zone 5, and I absolutely love that little twist it gets to it and all the foliage.
I mean, I think the leaves are definitely more linear-lobum than Kota no Ito. And I think it's right between that fair hair and the Kota no Ito on his vibes. The new growth is a little bit wider, but not much. And that twist just gives it a little bit of rock and roll out there in the garden. It's a fun texture. It blows in the wind. And I'm telling you, this is a cool mid-sized upright Japanese maple for your garden.
Yeah, I love this one. There's nothing more relaxing than linear lobums in that breezy summer garden. It kind of gives me that perfect Asian garden aesthetic. You get that bamboo aesthetic with everything you love about a Japanese maple. Japanese maple's superior to bamboo in a lot of ways. You get great fall color, you get the less invasive root system, but this one you get that same aesthetic vibe that you think of with Asian gardening. It has that relaxing flow to it. Kind of has that wind chimes or maybe that Jimmy Page guitar solo. Absolutely love this one though. Now, this one surprised me a good bit. I've had some really intense red fall color on this one lately, which is quite nice. A lot of the linear lobums that are green go to more of a yellow. This one is quite the vibe though, guys. It gives a really unique feel to it. Dense, full, stringy foliage that also gets a little bit of a twist and curl to it. So every little bit of it has a little something different going on.
And that texture with that twisting leaf gives it something a little bit extra out there in the garden. I mean, those bamboo vibes are awesome in the landscape with non-invasive roots of a Japanese maple. So you get a win-win out there in the garden, and that fall color dynamic as well. I mean, a good mid-sized upright tree. And this is a pretty hardy tree. It's easy to grow out in the landscape. This is one that you're going to really enjoy.
This one's going to be cold hardy down to zone 5. And now East Coast zones are really based, all the zones are based on how cold they get. We say East Coast, this one works up to zone 9. That's a pretty good indicator for it kind of cut off, kind of around the panhandle of Florida. Really durable though. This one's going to grow in most locations. Good drainage is the key on this. This one is also a great grower, typically around 6 to 7 foot in 10 years, a little faster than Kota no Ito. Absolutely love the color patterns on this one. And again, that twist gives it a little bit something more texturally interesting, I think. You get that little more divide. I know when a lot of people saw this one in the greenhouse in the Area 51 collection, there was a whole lot of interest in this one. It's kind of got a little mystique to it. We do bring it back quite frequently on MrMaple.com. It does sell out. Really fun plant, and I think something that adds a little different texture even to that linear lobum category.
Pair this with something out there in the landscape like a Golden Falls that's going to have a nice weeping habit, or something like a Rhode Island Red that's going to give you a different color and a different texture on the leaf, and you're going to make an instant garden out there in the landscape. In fact, both those side by side out here, that'd be a really cool trifecta in the garden. And at Mr. Maple, we've turned the Area 51 collection plants that are out of this world. It's a little bit of a play off of Talon Buchholz's, because he said he had the maples, the best plants from the far corners of the earth, and with his Floral Wonder collection. And we started calling it Area 51 at our nursery was the stock plant place where no one was allowed in, because we would go to garden shows during the weekends and Dad would be selling people, our rare plants that we only had one of in our greenhouse while we were gone. So we said, it's Area 51,
it's off limits unless you got clearance.
It's off limits.
So this one was a selection. We actually named this while we were grafting one day. Obviously, we like to sit back and listen to a little classic rock we're grafting. I think some of those names get expressed in some of our cultivar introductions. Kashmir, though, just almost has that cashmere sweater-like look to it, too. If you've ever seen that kind of intricate fuzziness that cashmere gets. Really a cool plant, guys. I think you're going to love this one in your landscape. It's a Kota no Ito with a little bit of a twist. Absolutely love it. That thinner foliage, that similar kind of thing vibe going on to fairy hair. I do think it's way more durable in some of those colder zones, so another added bonus there as well. And that fall color being uniquely different than both those, I think really rounds this one out and makes it something super cool. When we first saw this in a 1 gallon, we were selecting it, great red fall color. I mean, really blew us away for how bright red it was, which is quite unique going from this green to that coloration. That's a showstopper of the landscape, and it's going to add a lot of unique texture to your garden.
Now, when this thing's first leaf out in the spring, though, I mean, you're going to think it's fairy hair. The way it's so thread-like when it's first leafing out, it is crazy. I mean, it is awesome out there in the garden. It just looks like little threads out there in the landscape. And then as they start developing those twists, I mean, it is something, I've never seen a Japanese maple that has lobes that twist themselves.
I think that was a lot of what a lot of the collectors were drawn to early. I know when Brian Rule got this one very early on, that twist was really what set this one off. I mean, it gives it just something a little extra going on, and it adds that different texture to it too. So if you compare the two side by side, it's a little bit more, just unique, like texturally and density wise. And that twist, that ruffle just gives each little leaf something super unique. Guys, if it's on MrMaple.com, make sure to grab one today. But if it's not, you can sign up to get notified when we put it back in stock. Now, Area 51 plants come back quite frequently. This one does tend to sell out. So you want to check those. Our 10 at 10 releases on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern.
Now, you may hear Sean often talk about gardening being like a symphony. Now's your chance to add cashmere as part of your symphony for your garden.
Jimmy Page, that's the best symphony right there. Take care.
God bless.
Have a great day.